everyone. We are here today with Adam from AHK Coaching.
Hello.
How's it going, Adam?
Going great. How are you?
Good, good. So thanks so much for talking to me here. We're
pleasure.
in beautiful Washington, D.C. at the FinCon conference with all of our money nerd media friends.
Indeed.
Tell us about what you do. I know you work with couples in money primarily. And how did you get into that? And how was that sort of part of your life dream? Or did you even dream it at all?
It's almost one of those things I dreamed only after I got into it. I realized this is the thing I've really wanted to do. Honestly, what I do is help couples strengthen their relationship through talking about money, which if you're watching, that might seem like a ludicrous idea because most people are afraid to talk about money. They have enormous shame and avoidance and fear. They feel like they don't know enough or they have too much debt. But it's actually a really important topic that impacts your life always and forever, and really vital to get on the same page with your partner. I mean, I got here through a whole bunch of different paths, but most importantly, I studied economics. I've been a finance geek since a kid. I became a tax attorney. I was a financial advisor before that, and then started realizing I wanted to work more with people, got into coaching, became a certified mediator, and then saw this is a huge need. It's one of the top causes of relationship issues and divorce, and there's very few people specializing in this space, and even fewer who are willing to actually get in the trenches with a couple who are struggling to get on the same page and help them do that.
Yeah. And so that's interesting that you have both a financial background as an advisor, as an attorney, and then you also became a mediator, which again, like you say, I don't hear about that kind of combination of skills or experience very often.
Yeah. Recently I realized that I can explain it like I had my kind of straight-laced life as a younger person. I'm like, I'm going to be a lawyer, I'm going to work for a firm, I'm going to live in the suburbs, I was married, we're going to have 2.5 kids. And then things changed and we ended up splitting up, and I saw that there was a lot that mattered more to me than just making a good salary, which of course I and everyone else wants as well, but I saw that there was a world that had a lot of issues that weren't going the way they need to make sure that everybody has a fair shot at life, has a good quality of life, and that I had certain tools and skill sets that could help move that forward.
And so obviously you, as you say, you felt some of those pain points personally, which I'm sure helped bring you to this place now where you're helping other people.
Absolutely.
What are some of the pain points that people in the audience that they can look out for to avoid destruction of their relationship because of finances? And what are some of the things, even, there's a lot of single people, I'm single, not married yet. What can we know about these specific pain points to try to avoid them for ourselves in future relationships?
Great question. So I'll start with the question for single people. For those of you who are watching, you want to start to understand your own relationship to money first, so that when you enter into a relationship, you already come with a healthy perspective on it, right? Just like you can imagine any other aspect of your life, that if you can get on top of it first when you enter a relationship, it's now able to have a much healthier conversation, to be clear on what you expect out of your partner. So that involves at least two things. One is looking at your finances, like looking at the numbers, and then it also involves looking into your own relationship to money, more like a psyche kind of thing, right? Where like, how did I grow up with money? What are my viewpoints? What do I think about rich people? What are my points of view on hard work? Questions like that. And there's tons of great resources out there to dive into that. So that's what I would advise for single people. And then for couples, especially if you haven't done that work, then you want to do that work, right? And invite your partner to do it as well. And start the conversation and make sure that you don't just talk numbers. Make sure that you talk values, make sure you talk hopes and dreams, make sure you talk fears and anxieties. Because money intersects every area of life. Career, children, marriage, where do you live, retirement. Money significantly impacts, I should say, all of those areas. So if you turn on the same page, not good. But if you get on the same page, a chance for you to have a much stronger partnership.
Definitely, I can imagine. And I want to know some specifics. So down to the details, you just said there are many resources that single people or people in long-term, communal relationships, spouses that are people that are actually married. Where are some of the places that people can learn about how to figure out what your money personality is before you get in the relationship or while you're both in the relationship, working through this together?
Yeah, there are a lot of different folks out there and a lot of coaches and financial therapists who talk about this. I have my own content, so AHK Coaching is my business. That's also my YouTube channel, and I have content about this. Like, I call it, for my clients, your money and relationship story, because I want you to explore not just how you relate to money, but also the experiences you've had with past partners and with your current partner, because those also very much color how you show up. There's a woman named Elle Martinez who has a blog and podcast called Couple Money, and she does really great work in this space, and she and her husband have had their own challenges and journeys to come together around their finances, and she brings a really thoughtful perspective to it.
That's awesome. Okay, well, we'll link all those to the video. Elle Martinez, obviously, your firm as well. I ask all of my guests one last question. What is your idea of your own personal financial nirvana that's basically living your best life? Are you there yet? And if you're not, do you think you're on the way there?
Love the question. For me, it's really about how I get to spend my time and energy. And so for me, that's like, how can I help people have deeper relationships? How can I amplify the voices of people whose voices are not heard? Women, people of color, LGBT folks, identities that I may not hold, but because of that, I have an extra platform. And so trying to be a contribution to those causes in a productive way. And so I wouldn't say that I'm at the nirvana in the sense of like, oh, I don't have to worry about earning another penny, but I've been able to cultivate a business and a lifestyle that allows me to take on projects that move that forward and do the reflection that allows me to be a better advocate, a better ally, a better accomplice to other folks.
And you know what, that's actually the whole point of why I talk about financial nirvana or living your best life, because the goal for most people is not just to simply be a millionaire or to never have to work again a day in their life. It's so many different things. The way you feel, the way you make other people feel, how you're contributing to the world, how you're able to spend your time with loved ones and have fun and be financially free.
Exactly.
So I love your answer. That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you for having me.